So what's up people and welcome to the Mission 42 discussion of Spy Family. So Mission 42 came out a few days ago, and as always I will leave the link to that mission that's currently being shown on the publisher's official website, Manga Plus, for free for the North American audience, for a few weeks anyway. So if you're interested, go take a look at it before they pull it back. So Mission 42 was one of those really crazy, hilarious missions that really doesn't have anything to do with the main plot, but it doesn't really matter because it's so whacked out. And it was pretty darn funny. So it happens at school again. A lot of these crazy missions often happen at school, like that volleyball game and all this. And this time it involves, legendary pastry. Occasionally, the school receives shipments of these really, really good pastries from the country's best pâtissier. And the pastry is so legendary that supposedly if you eat it, not only is it really good, but it's supposed to be so good that it makes you smarter. At least that's what the urban legend is. And of course, when Anya hears about it, she is like, I need to get this pastry if she is to stay in the school, right? Survive in the school. And so when the cafeteria opens and the pastry becomes available, Anya, along with Becky, goes after the pastry. But of course, what she finds out is everybody else is going after it as well, including Damien. And so they go on a mad rush trying to get there. And what they find out is the very last pastry is sold to George. Yeah, if you remember George, that one guy who seems to be alone all the time and was for a while kind of pretending like he was going to get kicked out of school. Well, he comes out again and he orders this pastry. And the last order was these macaroon cookies, right? And so he has 5 of them, and they start bugging him about, how much he owes them for that one time when he pretended to leave school. And they took care of him so much. And out of the sheer guilt, finally, George is convinced that, okay, I'll share 4 pieces of macaroon for you, and he keeps 1. And it turns out that since there are 5 of them there, Damien and his 2 henchmen, and Becky and Anya, that they end up playing cards to see which 4 out of the 5 will get the cookies. And of course, this turns out to be favorable for Anya because, of course, she could read the minds of everybody. And it becomes so favorable that everybody starts wondering why she's winning all of these hands, which makes somebody actually say, are you reading our minds or something like that? Now, of course, that puts her on the defensive because of the warning flag. And so she decides not to use her powers. And she says, well, okay, even if she doesn't have the powers, since she's so far ahead, there is no way that anybody can catch up, even if she doesn't use her powers. Well, it turns out that her facial expressions telegraphs her play so much that it doesn't really matter if nobody else has mind-reading capabilities. They immediately know what hand she has. And so she ends up basically at the bottom of the group. And there is only 1 cookie left, and the 2 people remaining are Damien and Anya. And of course, we get to the point where it's the final round in the final match of the card game. And Damien immediately knows which one is the winning card. And so he's about to go take it. But of course, the telegraphing can go both ways. And Anya telegraphs her feelings completely while he's trying to take the last card. And we get a little bit of a skip because we don't really see him take the final card. But the fact that he is the one that doesn't have a macaroon, you kind of get an idea what he did, right? So Damien is turning out to be the heroic tsundere in the comic, and it's pretty funny. But the most hilarious part was, when Anya finally decides to eat the cookie. Holy crap! She goes into overdrive. And the remaining part of this mission is hilarious watching what happens after that. And if you're interested in seeing what happens, yeah, go take a look at the comic to see the final parts. But this was a really, really hilarious mission. And I think for anybody who's shipping Damien and Anya, this is a very special mission for them. But in any case, that is Chapter 42 or Mission 42 for Spy Family. And I'll continue to upload more videos as more chapters come out. And thank you very much for listening. I hope you join me in the next ones. And until then, happy manga reading, and as always, giant nice day everyone.